Hey, I'm David Alexander here, and I'm with BanditSigns.com, and I'm gonna just tell you some ideas I think for you real estate agents out there and investors that, that you're doing, the mistakes you're making to not get your houses sold fast. Top of my list, of course, is driving traffic. You have to drive traffic in this market. The difference between putting a sign out in the yard just hoping that it sells, it's not going to work today. You've got to have some kind of system to where you can move every house and know exactly what's going on. So you got to have the signs in the yard, you got to have the directionals out and about, typically handwritten out pulls, believe it or not, using actual printed. So if you'll use hand printed, in other words, you have a printed sign, but then you handwrite on it, people think they can make a deal that way, and it's going to drive more traffic. So that's one of the things you need to know. Another common mistake I see that people do is when they're selling a house, if you've got a house that you're selling that's vacant, I think people have a tendency to shut all the blinds and shut everything up. Open the blinds up. Let people see the house. They've driven by. They got to see the inside. They got to start visualizing it and know so they can call about it, walk around it. Make it easy for that to happen. Would you ever, when you go into a store, you know how stuff is in a case, and if it had tinned windows on it and everything else, would you ever buy anything out of that case? Wouldn't happen. Open those blinds. Open the windows up so people can see, so they can see what's going on. The other thing you can do too is I see a lot of appointment-only stuff. Okay, we're past that time, folks. The way you solve that problem is you go out here, and if you don't want to talk to them right then, put a voicemail on it to where a text message comes to you that somebody's just called and checked on that house, or put a voicemail on it that pre-qualifies them or whatever, it screens them out about the price and all the stuff they want on it, and then give them another number to call you direct on that voicemail. So if you don't get every call, that way you only get the most ones that are really looking to buy a house now, after you've did a sort of a voicemail sales measure on it. The company I use is called ringcentral.com. Voicemails are very cheap, $15 the first one and $5 thereafter. That about wraps it up. So drive lots of traffic, don't sit around and wait. Make sure that the windows and things are open, and again, you get rid of the appointment only thing. I'm out here and I'm selling houses and I'm moving houses, believe it or not, still in this market. Typically in less than about 3 weeks my houses are moving, and so you should be too. Okay, now that's not wrapping up the financing and everything else depending on how you do it. You could look at other creative ways to moving houses, and I typically move my houses in a creative fashion with a lease option or rent to own or owner financing or something like that. But that said, of course you're going to have to wait for the financing place, and the trick to that is just knowing all your financing products. But that's about it.